representing Total way around, all right?
First of all, good morning, and thank you for being here. I'm standing here with the Wayne County Prosecutor, Kim Worthy, and behind me, quite a distinguished group of First Ladies, County Commissioners, state legislators. We've got everybody back here. And I think it's indicative of how important the issue of rape kits and what the prosecutor's been able to do in the last several years and what still needs to be done. And it's critically important. You know, when I took this office in January, the major issue was our financial distress and how difficult it was going to be to right the ship financially. But you know, you can't really run a county just worrying about paying the bills. You also understand that you got to protect the public. That's something I did for 40 years in a different capacity, but it's something I have to step up to the plate and work on for the benefit of Wayne County citizens today. And so we're all here as a group, everybody here supportive of what the prosecutor's been trying to do, but more importantly, supportive of the fact that if we can't protect people in our community, particularly heinous types of crimes like sexual crimes, then we're not doing a very good job of governing and being a part of a government. And so what I have suggested to the prosecutor, we've talked about this several times, is the county needs to make a commitment to helping with the prosecution of those perpetrators in rape cases. And we're going to do that in a significant way, and we're going to hope that others continue to catch on and understand that this is a long-term project. I mean, we've got thousands and thousands of, you know, some of the history of the rape kits that have already been analyzed. So there's been what we call a CODIS hit, and now we've identified, in many cases, who the perpetrator is. We've got 1,600 or over 1,600 cases to investigate. We've got many ongoing investigations now, but certainly not enough to dispose of the 1,600. This is going to be an ongoing process. We've gotten some convictions, but we've also identified a number of people that were serial rapists. And the reality is, until we are able to catch them, apprehend them, and try them, they're probably still raping. I mean, that's the hard reality. And so we are going to make available to the prosecutor for the investigations of these rape kits $1 million immediately, and we're providing. And I should put in a caveat here so that I don't get slapped in the back of the head in about a half an hour, with the approval of the Wayne County Commission. And we're going to provide space in this building for the investigators and the other personnel that are necessary to investigate these cases. And so the quicker we can start that process, the more that we can get some of these cases investigated, the safer it's going to be on the streets of Wayne County for all of us. And I think we're all critically interested in that. So this is the start of the process, and I think it's a significant part. The prosecutor has been doing this for years beforehand. She's been the biggest advocate in this country for getting these things fixed. But it's also going to be an ongoing process after this. This is not going to solve the problem, but it's going to be a great start. And I thank everybody here that's come to be supportive, and we'll be calling on you in the future to continue to help us in this process. With that, I will turn the microphone over to our Wayne County Prosecutor, Kim Worthy.
Thank you. This is a monumental day. It really is. It's a day that I thought would never come. And I recall my days riding the bus with the CEO before he was the CEO in the summer on the campaign trail and talking his ear off about this issue. And he told me then that he was committed to help when he could, and he's kept his word. And I applaud him immensely for that. I want to thank my staff who is here, who have been toiling on this issue since 2009, investigators and prosecutors and managers, And I really, really appreciate their hard work. And this is a good day for them, too, because this money will allow us to hire more investigators and more prosecutors. I want to thank the members of the commission here. Some of the members here have been with me through this whole ride, have called me and emailed me about this issue, wondering when they could help. And some of them stood with me a couple weeks ago when we were in the Wayne State area for a press conference. I want to thank all of the first ladies that are here. I must say especially my first lady, Chrisette Ellis from Betty Rest Temple, but all of you that are here. And we will be calling on you to help us with this effort. And what a better set of women to help us out with this issue, to get the word out, and to help us solve these issues. These are dangerous people. And as you all know, over 11,000 rape kits were found in 2009. 549 identified serial rapists have been identified. 549, and we're not done. Some of these rapists have as many as 15 co-defendants. Many of them have much more than 5. So we're talking a very dangerous, dangerous group of people. And the research has shown that rapists rape on average 7 to 11 times each. So every time we take even one rapist off the street, we are potentially stopping 7 to 11 others. We have a lot of work to do. Most of these kids are tested. The overwhelming number are tested. But that's only the critical first step, and I think people sometimes misunderstand that. They have to be investigated and prosecuted. I want to also acknowledge Peg Tout, who's here for the Michigan Women's Foundation, my office and the Detroit Crime Commission, and the Michigan Women's Foundation have been working on this issue tirelessly as well, and I want to acknowledge them. I thank the CEO from the bottom of my heart. This is going to make a significant difference in the speed in which we're able to investigate and prosecute these cases. We made a decision a long time ago that we are going to contact our victims once the case has been assigned an investigator, because we don't want them to wait even more time to get justice. These kids go back over 35 years. And one of the first things that we did, and that I said as the Wayne County prosecutor, we're going to try to bring justice to as many of these victims as we can. We want them to have renewed confidence in the criminal justice system. We want them to understand that we care about them. We're going to do everything that we can to prosecute the cases that are prosecutable. So this is a very, very, very good day. I'm ever grateful for the support and the anticipated support of the Wayne County Commission in this issue. Thank you so much, CEO Evans. Thank you to everybody that's here. Thank you especially to my staff that has labored on this issue for many, many years. A lot of times, a lot of years without support. Thank you for being here, and thank the media also for bringing attention to this issue. This made my job a little bit easier when people are informed about what's really going on. Thank you so much.
We'll take a couple questions about this topic, and then we'll do the tour of the 33rd floor. So we'll start with that.
Madam Prosecutor, you stated that this was a day you thought would never come. How difficult of a fight was it to get to this point?
To get the CEO's support, it wasn't a fight at all. I mean, he agreed with me very beginning. We come from the same place when it comes to public safety issues, as he stated with his 40 years of experience. But my record on fighting with the previous administration is legendary. And they did not think it was important at all. In fact, tried to get me not to do it unless I could get outside funds, even though the last time I checked, sexual assault is a violent crime that has to be prosecuted. So when we have that kind of opposition, it was very difficult. And that changed in January of this year. So it's just been a long time fight to try to get this done. No funding, help from the federal government, from the state, from many, many people that I don't want to start saying that have helped us along the way. So it's been a collective effort from many, many people along the way.
Vicki?
Prosecutor Worthy, can you talk about why you just dug in on this issue? Why you said, if it takes me 10 years, 15 years, I'm going to get this done. Why were you so determined to get to this point? And tell us exactly where you are. Are we 50% there or 75%? Where are we in the process?
How can anyone ignore this issue? And I have to say there have been probably 15 to 17 other cities, major jurisdictions, urban areas across this country that have discovered this issue. And some are doing things, and many are doing great, great things, some are not. I don't know how anyone can turn their back on the multitudes of women, mostly women, we have some men and children as well, but mostly women, that have suffered a severe, most intimate sexual assault. I mean, I don't think you're human if you can't do that. So what we had to figure out is how we were going to do it, and that was the struggle. How are we going to get it done? And so it's been a long day and a long story, but we are where we are because we have a lot of people like I said, that worked with us collaboratively to get it done. But this effort from the public sector is really going to buoy our efforts in getting this done.
One last question.
For the county executive, can you talk a little bit about how you were able to find this money to pay towards this?
Yeah, it's a long, convoluted story, but it has to do with the delinquent tax revolving fund in the treasurer's office, and there's certain dollars that we received this year above our anticipated amount